Hey, you guys like trailers? No, not that kind. I'm talking short, snappy compilations of footage meant to advertise an upcoming series or movie. You do? Good, because we got a few fresh ones this week, as well as some other interesting news. Hey everyone, and welcome to This Week in Animation, a series where I comb through all the latest news in the animation industry, so you don't have to, and share what I consider to be the highlights. This last week saw a handful of new trailers, a report on the state of adult animation, and a Lord of the Rings anime prequel? Yeah, we got some good stuff to talk about. If you end up enjoying this video, feel free to like and subscribe, cause it helps a lot and I really appreciate it. And if you're already subscribed, you are the bright light in the ever-encroaching darkness that is my life, and I love you. Too much? Too bad. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive right into our first story. Disney has released the first trailer for their upcoming film, Ron's Gone Wrong, and it looks pretty good so far. The trailer opens with the debut of an advanced companion robot, the Bee-Bot, which seems to basically function as a smartphone and AI assistant in a cute, pill-shaped package. While every other kid gets a regular model, our protagonist Barney gets a malfunctioning one named Ron. Why he can't just return it for a new one, I'm not sure, but I assume they'll have an explanation for that. The film seems to revolve around Barney's search for friends, and will no doubt include themes of celebrating our differences rather than wanting to be the same as everyone else. A great message, but certainly nothing we haven't seen before. That said, the comedy in the trailer is on point, the animation looks top-notch, and honestly, I'm kind of a sucker for cute robots, and come on, look at that face. While I'm not expecting to be blown away by this movie, I think it looks like a fun, well-made film. Ron's Gone Wrong will open in the US on October 22nd, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. A new report from the website Toon Boom has revealed a massive increase in adult animated series. While this may not come as a surprise to those of us who have been paying attention, I found the report's statistics and overall takeaways to be quite interesting. As of February 2021, the number of upcoming adult animated series has more than doubled to over 100 since the previous year, going to show just how in demand this media is. Making up a notable chunk of these series are reboots, spin-offs, and video game adaptations. Star Trek Lower Decks is a current example of this, but upcoming projects include series based on Game of Thrones, Godzilla, X-Files, and Overwatch. While I personally tend to prefer original series, the report notes that these spin-offs allow streaming services to broaden their big-name content without treading on the toes of the live-action originals, and that makes sense. And hey, as long as these series are well-made, I'm sure I'll enjoy them. Except maybe Game of Thrones.
I don't want it.
Perhaps my favorite takeaway from this report is the growing diversity of genres within adult animation. While comedy series still comprise 60% of all upcoming projects, non-comedy genres such as sci-fi, fantasy, and horror are on the rise. With the success of series like Adult Swim's Primal and Amazon's Undone, the report's author predicts that these more serious series are where much of the growth for adult animation will occur, and personally I couldn't agree more. Animation is such a fantastic medium for storytelling that I find its oversaturation in the genre of comedy to be a bit of a shame. The variation in aesthetic style that's possible with animation could be used to highlight themes, emotions, and ideas that are far broader than just comedy. A great example of this is the series Love, Death, and Robots that explores a variety of genres with art styles to match. Overall, as an adult who loves animation, I'm super happy about the conclusion of this report. If you want to check it out yourself, it's available for free on Toon Boom's website, and I'll put a link to that in the description. Warner Brothers have released their first teaser trailer for their upcoming film, DC League of Super Pets, to a mostly positive reception. While the trailer didn't give us a whole lot to chew on, it did reveal the film's all-star cast, including most notably Dwayne Johnson as Superman's dog Krypto and Kevin Hart as Batman's dog Ace. Additional cast members include Kate McKinnon, John Krasinski, Vanessa Bayer, Natasha Lyonne, Diego Luna, and Keanu Reeves, all with undisclosed roles so far. The trailer also gave us a look at Krypto's fetching design, which seems to stay pretty true to his appearance in the comics. Now, I personally know next to nothing about these crime-fighting canines, but I do know that DC tends to produce high-quality animated content, especially in comparison to their less critically acclaimed live-action films. I'm confident that Super Pets will be a fun and well-made movie, but I'll have to wait for a more substantial trailer before making any further judgments. Though we may have to wait a while, as the film is slated for a release on May 20th of 2022. Brazilian director Ale Abreu has released the first teaser trailer for his upcoming film, Perlimps, which features a gorgeous, unique, and richly saturated art style. Now, unfortunately, I don't speak a word of Portuguese, so I have no idea what they're saying in the trailer, but I wanted to talk about this film because of just how aesthetic it is. The simple shot of 3 birds has such a nice balance of color and texture, and really goes to show how a unique art style can set a film apart. The movie will follow 2 characters working for enemy kingdoms, who become lost in an enchanted forest and must work together to save the Perlimps from the terrible giants surrounding the forest. Interestingly, the film's backgrounds were developed from randomly created ink stains that were scanned and later matched to scenes. I find mixing media like this gives a sense of depth and texture to a film, and that's certainly evident here. Perlimps is set to release in Brazil as of 2022, and although an American distributor has yet to be announced, I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for its release. Warner Bros. And New Line Cinema have teamed up with director Kenji Kamiyama to produce a Lord of the Rings anime prequel film titled The Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rohirrim. A lot of these in that title. Kamiyama previously directed the series Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, which, while I haven't seen it myself, seems to be pretty highly rated, so that's a good sign. The film will serve as a companion piece to New Line's Lord of the Rings trilogy, with story and artistic elements included to reconnect fans with the excitement and cinematic wonder of Middle-earth. While we don't know a whole lot about the film's story so far, we do know that it will expand on the untold story behind the Fortress of Helm's Deep, and will be diving into the life of the legendary King of Rohan, Helm Hammerhand. As of now, it's unclear when this movie will debut, but animation work and voice casting are already underway. While I'm not the biggest Lord of the Rings fan myself, I certainly enjoyed the 3 original movies, and will be more than happy to check out this new film if it ends up looking good. Disney Plus has announced the release date of its upcoming animated series, Monsters at Work, and revealed an official trailer to boot. Debuting on the streaming service as of July 7th, the series will follow recent Monsters University graduate Tyler Tuskman, who landed a job at the Monsters Inc. power plant just a day after they started harvesting the laughter of children instead of their screams. Now, with his long-held dream of becoming a scarer crushed, Tyler is temporarily reassigned to the Monsters Inc. facilities team, where he must work alongside a misfit group of mechanics while setting his sights on becoming a jokester. While this series is not something that particularly interests me, I do know that a lot of people are extremely fond of the franchise and are excited to see their favorite characters return. I also think they did a great job with the animation, retaining that great mix of cute, creepy, and colorful character design from the original movies. Plus, the premise of the series is admittedly pretty interesting. I don't have a whole lot else to say about this one, but I'd love to hear what any longtime Monsters Inc. fans think. You know, I think I want to end this episode with a bang. So for our last story, let's take a look at the brand new trailer for the highly anticipated revamp of the 80s classic He-Man. This action-packed animated series, titled Masters of the Universe Revelation, will be premiering on Netflix as of Friday, July 23rd, and based on the trailer, it actually looks really good. Picking up where the original series left off, Masters of the Universe will follow the scattered Guardians of Grayskull as they attempt to reunite, solve the mystery of the missing Sword of Power, restore Eternia, and prevent the end of the universe. You know, standard stuff, no pressure. Right off the bat, I'm really happy with how the animation looks. Between the crisp character art, painterly backgrounds, and stunning lighting effects, the show manages to capture the quintessentially 80s vibe of the original series while at the same time modernizing and enhancing it. Punctuating the onslaught of action, the trailer features the 80s hit song Holding Out for a Hero, which serves to highlight both the inherently campy and testosterone-fueled nature of the franchise, a unique combination that I must admit I traditionally haven't understood. The somewhat goofy character design of He-Man and the strange yet wholly unique world he lives in was just something I didn't relate to as a kid, but it represents a time I wasn't there for. Now, being a bit older and seeing this trailer, I think I can finally understand the hype, and I'm definitely ready to get lost in the epic 80s-inspired world of Masters of the Universe. Oh yeah, and Mark Hamill is Skeletor, so that's awesome. Overall, I have to say I'm way more excited for this series than I ever thought I would be. And with the overwhelming like ratio of the trailer, I think it's safe to say everyone else is as well. But what do you guys think? Which of these trailers are you most hyped for? For me, it's definitely got to be Masters of the Universe, though I'm also interested to see more from Ron's Gone Wrong. Also, I'm super excited that adult animation is getting some much deserved attention, and can't wait to see the variety of series that'll emerge in the near future. As always, thank you so much for watching, remember to like the video if you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time.